Alright, so here's our quick video for today. I am going to go through one example of graphing a parabola that is written in factored form. So after you have completed the card sort, hopefully a lot of the things that we've learned before came back, and you remember that each zero gave you, or each factor gave you a zero, and each factor also gives you an x-intercept. Alright, so let's take a look. I am just going to lock it. Okay, so it doesn't move. Alright, so before we identify the vertex and axis of symmetry, we're just going to focus on the zeros and what each one tells us about the graph. Okay, so the first factor that we have is this x plus x minus 3. And the 0, or the x value that makes it equal to 0, is going to be 3. So on the side, just for myself, I'm going to say f of 3, and it's going to be negative 3 minus 3, 3 plus 1. Well, 3 minus 3 is just 0, so when we multiply anything by 0, the answer is 0. So 3, 0 is my first x-intercept. Then I have a second factor of x plus 1. I'm going to think to myself, well, what would make that equal to 0? And hopefully we realize it's negative 1. So just to kind of do some work on the side and make sure it actually works out, let's go ahead and evaluate f of negative 1, which just means let's find the value when x is negative 1. Alright, so negative 1 plus 1 is also 0, so when we multiply anything by 0, answer is 0. So we have, just kidding, went to the wrong place, negative 1. So we have another x-intercept. Well, one thing that we hopefully noticed about parabolas, I'm going to come back here for a second in my Desmos graph, is, I'm going to change this so that it's a little nicer. Yeah, totally, I could do that. Okay, so let's see, let's change that to, let's do 3. And I'm just changing it so then our axis of symmetry is a little more obvious. Alright, so let's take a look real quick. So on this parabola that's already graphed for us, our zeros are 1 and negative 3. And we notice that our axis of symmetry is smack in the middle between the two x-intercepts. And that's because our parabola is perfectly symmetrical. So what's going to happen is the axis of symmetry will always be smack in the middle between the two x-intercepts, or between the two zeros. So we're going to use that for our graph here. So we're going to look and we're going to see, well, what's in the middle between a negative 1 and 3? So there's a couple options for you. You can definitely just count inside and go away from negative 1 and 3 and you get to 1. You can also just average them out. So an average of negative 1 and 3 would be found by adding them and dividing them by 2. Right, so I'm just going to say average of negative 1 and 3. And the average is going to be 2 divided by 2, which is just 1. So that tells me that my vertex and my axis of symmetry are going to happen at when x equals 1. So that's your axis of symmetry. So we're done with that part. Now the vertex is a little trickier because you don't actually know exactly where the vertex is in terms of the exact location. We know it happens when x is 1, but we don't really know the y value yet. We're going to find it. Okay, so we're going to say that we need to find the value of f of 1, right? Because we want the y value or the output when x is 1. So let's see, that's going to give us the vertex. So negative 1 minus 3, 1 plus 1, negative 2, 2. Let's think about this. Negative times negative, well, so this negative is really negative 1, right? So negative 1 times negative 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So it looks like our vertex is at 1, 4. Now this makes perfect sense because, and we're going to talk more about this, this negative is actually going to make your parabola concave down. So this has to do with the leading coefficient for parabola. So if it's negative, it's concave down, and if it's positive, it's going to be concave up. Alright, so we got 3 points. It would be super useful if we just have like 1 or 2 more. So a y-intercept would be great to know. So y-intercept happens when x is 0. And yeah, let's go find the value when x is 0. So 0 minus 3, 0 plus 1. So let's think about it. -1, -3, 1 gives me a 3. Now, what's nice about parabolas is I don't have to do more work. Because of symmetry, I know that this point is also going to be on my graph. And look at this beautiful parabola that we have. Amazing work. Alright, now let's just double check. I want to make sure that we answer everything we were asked to answer. And I also want to just label our work real quick. So this was our work to find the vertex. And then this is our work to find the y-intercept. Right, and then this was our work to confirm that these were, I won't call them zeros because they're x-intercepts. And remember, we knew we knew the 0, we thought we did, and we just did the work to double check. And then this lovely work here was to find axes of symmetry. All right, all done. Let's just double check. Let's see, find the vertex. We have identified the vertex. Well, we didn't identify it, right? It's on our graph. So let's see. Our vertex is 1, 4. Our axis of symmetry is x equals 1. Our min-max value. So we have a max, right? We have the highest, and the value is only the rad value, so it's going to be 4, and the y-intercept is going to be 0, 3. So we now have identified everything. I actually think it's much easier to sketch the graph and then identify everything, so feel free to do that.